At some point, most people don't lose direction. They lose permission. Permission to want something different. Permission to feel dissatisfied. Permission to admit that what they're living isn't what they imagined. And they don't notice it happening until much later. This is that realization. Early in life, wanting more feels natural. You question paths. You imagine alternatives. You feel allowed to be unsure. Over time, that freedom tightens, not because anyone forbids it, but because expectations accumulate from family, from routine, from the version of yourself that people have gotten used to. Eventually, wanting something different starts to feel inappropriate. Stability has a way of reframing things. What once felt temporary starts to feel permanent. You stop asking, "Is this right for me?" and start asking, "Can I maintain this?" Honesty slowly gives way to manageability, and manageability feels responsible. So you adjust your desires instead of questioning the structure around them. Wanting more doesn't always mean wanting better. Sometimes it just means wanting different. But difference makes people uncomfortable. It invites questions. It disrupts assumptions. It challenges the story others tell about you. So you learn to keep certain thoughts quiet, not because they're unrealistic, but because they complicate things. Over time, you begin censoring yourself, not out loud, internally. You dismiss ideas before they fully form. You minimize feelings before acknowledging them. You tell yourself it's not worth the trouble. This doesn't feel like giving up. It feels like being practical. That's why it's so effective. The realization arrives when you notice a strange gap, not between success and failure, but between what you live and what you still quietly want. You realize you didn't stop wanting. You stopped allowing yourself to take it seriously. That's when it becomes clear. Nothing external took this from you. It faded through accommodation. This realization feels heavy because there's no obvious villain, no moment to point to, no rule that was broken. Just a gradual narrowing of what you felt allowed to consider. And reversing that narrowing feels harder than never narrowing at all. Most people make an unspoken agreement with life. They trade possibility for predictability. Not all at once, slowly. Each compromise feels small. Each adjustment feels reasonable. Until one day, the range of acceptable thoughts has become very narrow. That's when the realization finally arrives. Being realistic is often praised, but realism without reflection becomes limitation. It doesn't ask what's true. It asks what's convenient. And convenience has a way of silencing deeper questions. Not aggressively, politely. If this resonates now, it might not have before. And that's not weakness. Some realizations arrive only after life has shaped you enough to notice what quietly disappeared. Not ambition, not ability, just permission. And once you see that, you don't immediately change anything. You just understand why certain thoughts stopped visiting you. Because now, at least, you know what you slowly stopped allowing.